Youths have been urged to refrain from using social media to fuel tribalism and segregation, but instead use a platform to preach coexistence and resilience. During the commemoration of the 29th anniversary of the 1994 Rwanda genocide at the United Nations office in Gigiri, Nairobi, peace champions underscored the importance of mentoring the youth to appreciate history and participate in initiatives that promote harmonious living.
Commemoration of the 29th anniversary of the 1994 Rwandan genocide at the United Nations office in Gigiri, Nairobi. Rwandan youths in attendance have committed their support to the country's leadership in their efforts of cohesion and reconciliation.
I would say a message to the youth, to reserve Rwanda and youth here in Kenya and over the world, to always strive for the resilience, the dignity, never give up, always work hard. It always follows you in the future. Whatever you do now, we cannot change the past, but the present, there's the one that can determine the future.
Specifically as a Rwandan youth, let's learn from our dark past and teach the fellow youth we're seeing, the fellow guys we see here in Kenya. They're wondering what happens because there's something going on here in Kenya. They're like, what comes next? So we've seen what comes next. So let's tell them, avoid that. Let's give that example. Let's learn from the mistakes that we've seen behind.
United Nations resident coordinator in Kenya, Dr. Stephen Jackson, says the Rwanda genocide has taught the world an incredible lesson on reconciliation and cohesion.
So it's a solemn day when we think about the so very many who lost their lives, and we also try to look ahead to how we prevent genocide, crimes against humanity, mass atrocities in this 21st century, because almost 30 years later, we know that these crimes still continue around the world.
Sentiments echoed by Rwanda's High Commission to Kenya, Dr. Richard Masozera, emphasizing the need to teach younger generations the importance of peaceful coexistence.
The government of Rwanda will never tire to urge countries around the world to cooperate more effectively in arrest and prosecution of fugitives, genocide fugitives, or even transfer them to Rwanda. We have sent several hundreds of indictments all around the world. Lack of cooperation sends a wrong message to fugitives and is a threat to peace and security. And without peace, there can be no development.
This year's commemoration was held under the theme, Remember, Unite and Renew, to remember and honor those who lost their lives, comfort those who survived, and pay tribute to the sacrifices that brought Rwanda back to life. As Rwanda commemorates the 29th anniversary of the Tutsi genocide, leaders who talked in this solemn occasion urged the youth to shun ethnicity and segregation and embrace resilience for a prosperous future. Michael Mondiga, Prime Edition, Nairobi.